Welcome to Home of Politics and enjoy watching. My good people, there is this tendency of some of the Kenya Kwanza leaders enjoying their leadership in the government so much in a span of 1 year, leading them to make some of the decisions that are just evidence that they have selfish interest. This is happening because some of them feel that they are extremely fit to remain in power forever, and maybe in one way or another they are just trying to communicate something that is serious to Kenyans, and they should be very careful about these leaders. Earlier last year, after elections, I think it was on November, when one of the MPs from UDA party suggested that there should be a scrapping off of the presidential term limits, and it find another alternative way, at least to limit this presidential seat from being occupied by one person. This MP is called Yakubu from Fafi in Garissa. He speculated this according to himself, whereby he was saying Kenya is losing development and good leaders because these presidents are being given a shortest time possible in the office to bring out the success that is being needed in a very long period. For instance, they claim that the likes of the former President Mwai Kibaki, was among the presidents who brought a lot of development in terms of economy, politics, and so many other dimensions in Kenya. And because of the presidential term limits, it made Kenya to lose this president just because his term had expired, leading to another leader who was now his successor, was the former President Uhuru Kenyatta, who came and did not perform the best way, the way the latter had performed in his office. According to him, he saw it as a good idea, but according to the public, it painted out another picture that is not good. It did not end there. He said that instead of using the presidential term limit, that one is exactly 2 terms, adding up to 10 years, when if a president can rule for 5 years, then the constitution allows him or her to run for another 5 years if in case he has been re-elected again. And after the 10 years, his contract with the presidential seat is done completely. Even if he was the best or the excellent president, he cannot be brought back in office as a president. According to MP Yakubu, the presidential term limit should be used according to age limit. That one, he is suggesting that at the age of 75 years, this is when the president should retire from the seat. Another person who has again championed for this issue of scrapping off of the presidential term limit is a senator from Likipia County, and this senator is called Kinyua. He also suggested for the same because he feels like the president who has just taken the powers to be the president right now, President William Ruto, is another fit president who can act mysteriously to bring in development changes and every type of improvement in Kenya. And according to this senator, he sees it the best way to scrap off again this presidential term limit, limiting a president to only two terms. Instead, let the years or age determine the limit of a president being in office. My good people, I think these people are just going against the agreement and the constitution by suggesting such like agendas, and whereby this MP from from Fafi in Garissa was still saying that he is trying to push it with other leaders to do it as a bill which can be taken to the parliament to be discussed. I don't know if he will succeed, because when we remember very well during the campaign in 2022, Gachagua and William Ruto were saying that they are only requesting for 5 years from Kenyans to be in office. After that 5 years, that is when the citizens can judge their work, so that they can even give them another years, and they are not having any intentions to overstay in powers. That is what they had promised us. According to what they have just said, we see Likipia Senator John Kinyua had said not only the president but also gubernatorial seat, whereby governors and presidents should be allowed to overstay in their offices. But for other seats like MPs, MCS, and other seats, they are comfortable to serve in 5 years. Why do you think they have just changed their mind and started to bring in issues that might prolong the time of the president to be in the seat? My good people, in one way or another, or indirectly, the president or the Kenya Kwanza government might be communicating something that is very, very critical to its citizens, because these people are all from Kenya Kwanza, and they cannot just wake up in the morning and bring up something that might not be favorable for their sides. And therefore, this one is a message that has been passed to everyone. So they should be prepared, just in case they see things are going wrong. Then maybe overstaying in power is what will be coming in future. And we see maybe the government is having a hidden agenda towards the ruling of this country. This is whereby maybe they can rule it through dictatorship, or the act of dying in the office, whereby you rule until when you die, then someone can replace you and take your position. My good people, for example, right now we are speculating the age of President William Samoei Ruto to be 55 years. So counting up to the age until he will be 75 years, that is 20 more years when he will still be in the seat. And that one we count from 2022, 2027, 2032 until 2037. That is when this person maybe can leave the office of the president. I don't know what you think about this, but so many people have been condemning this idea of coming up with personal interest in office and ruling. And for this one, let me hear about your opinion on this issue of extending the presidential term limit and gubernatorial term limits. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.